David Blaine's attempt to catch a bullet in his mouth. I saw this during the special back in November. It went painfully wrong. So as I stated, this was a special on ABC called Beyond Magic, and this was in November. But just now, the video is going viral. Watch.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
So what happened when you fired the gun?
Time just started to move really slow. When the bullet struck the cup, there was a high-pitched ringing in my ears, and I felt an impact in the back of my throat. And I was sure the bullet went right through my head and I was dead. And then suddenly, I became aware of the pain, and it brought me back. And at that moment, I realized that
This was during his MGM show. So that was shot live for his MGM show, which later was revealed on the ABC special. And I remember when my husband and I were watching, we were like, oh my God. And what happened was it shattered his mouth guard. So the bullet, because he had that laser, I mean, the bullet went right to the laser because his mouth guard wasn't properly made. The dentist did the best he could. Then he went back to the dentist, and it was interesting in the special, the dentist said he'd already had so much damage to his teeth, to his jaw from that initial impact, because he also, before that in the special, you saw him practicing. So that wasn't the first attempt that he's ever made on it. So already he had some damage from his practice shots, and then he went back, got it remade, and then a couple days later, maybe even the next night, he did that trick again, and he nailed it, and it was successful, and his mouth guard held it better. Crazy. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
His dentist tried his best.
Just Blaine crazy.
Yeah.
He really bit the bullet.
It's gun-believable.
Interesting. That's interesting.
You can laugh a little bit. I told him not to do a big reaction. I can't lie. Amir gave it to me.
Oh,
that was a good one. I
God.
can't lie.
I tried. Did everything you asked me
And then I
to.
said, but don't give a big reaction because then people are going to think I came up with it, and then they're going to say, why do people always laugh when say whatever?
And then I gave a small reaction.
I can't
we
lie.
all gave a small reaction.
I laughed a little in the
But then I felt like I was still lying. I have to give credit where credit's due. Amir gave me that one.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
You
It
guys
was
are throwing
perfect.
each other under buses.
Okay, so did anybody watch the ABC special? I know that the video just became viral now.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen clips of this before. So I was aware that this had happened. I was a little surprised to see this was trending again.
Yeah.
That people were talking about it again, because it was...
That was weird.
It's kind of funny how that happens. Best part of this that I actually really had not considered before, you gave the wonderful introduction, Sam, the dentist. God, what a hero. What a hero. Like, and you know now, I don't know how dentistry school works, but you know that there's some sort of a clause like, if your patient would like to shoot themselves in the mouth, this is the protocol you have to follow. Here's the way that you make the mouth guards, and like see like subsect A or whatever about why this is a thing. See David Blaine. Like that's it now is a thing where the dentist was like, I don't know, man, I'm trying my best. Like, you wanted a mouth guard. I'm doing what I can. Can you just stop shooting yourself?
These are for football and rugby,
So,
not
I
bullets
really
to the
specialize
mouth.
in like extreme sports. I wasn't aware that this was like a thing. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm just a doctor and a dentist in Vegas. I'm just trying my
Didn't
best.
the dentist come to the after in the video when he was in the ambulance to check on him, right?
Yes, and I believe the dentist was also at the practice too, because the practice before the video you saw, it shattered during the practice round too, but not nearly as bad. It got worse.
This trick, A, isn't a trick, and B, isn't impressive.
I was
Like,
more.
well,
if he is able to shoot himself in the mouth and actually catch the bullet in his teeth, that's impressive, because that seems superhuman. This is, I put a bullet guard in my mouth and shot the bullet guard.
It is absolutely impressive.
Why is that impressive? He's
Because
got a laser, the laser
it
shows
doesn't
where
matter.
it's gonna
Believe me,
happen.
when I first saw the trick, I was like, oh, he's got a laser. It's right there. Just make sure that you nail the laser. When they had the experts around telling him that the odds of things going really wrong because it's so natural to shake. So it's more about him controlling his breath and controlling his nerves so that he can give an even shot. Otherwise, just one little shake or one little movement will mean he blows off half his face, to the point where all of his colleagues who were supposed to help him, who were the ones that were actually going to fire the gun, did not want to be a part of it. That's why he was the one that actually had to fire the gun. And it was a throwback, I guess, to the days of the magicians that used to perform that trick, but I guess it it was more of like a mind trick,
Right.
a facade.
How great would it be to be the expert on the set of that, where that's like, so I'm gonna shoot myself in the face. What do you got to say to me? And they're just like, well, don't. Like, you brought an expert to tell you that it's dangerous to shoot yourself in the face. Don't do that.
That's what's impressive, though, about magicians. I mean, I stopped watching magicians after David Copperfield back in the late 90s. But I think...
Once he did everything.
Yeah, and he did a Claudia Schiffer. I mean,
He's
was
a
amazing.
creep. He's a creep. He hit on me, tried to get me to come backstage.
Dope.
Called
When?
me on stage like 7 years ago. He's a creep. Sorry, he's a creep.
Okay, I don't like him anymore. He's a
Yeah,
bastard.
sent me a
but-
headshot and a rose to my room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I
In
have
case you
it.
forgot what I looked
He's
like.
nowhere near sexy, but I think it's impressive for these magicians to actually put their life on the line. What I thought was more impressive was the voiceover of like, how do you feel? I was on the precipice of death, and I knew I just had to come back from the brink. That was what really did my head.
Well,
about the
David
whole thing.
Blaine is all about conquering the body. So again, like that trick and every trick he does, whether he's underwater, is training himself to be still, to conquer his breathing, to not let his nerves overtake the body. Like he knows how to manipulate his own body,
Right,
his
yeah.
own nervous system, and that's pretty fucking
I
crazy.
think that's
Blaine.
the trick too.
Yeah,
That's what he
that
is
is.
putting on display, where he's putting himself to the brink of what we understand human capabilities to be able to do. And I don't feel like that sentence made any sense.
No,
yeah,
I
it
gotta
does. It
follow
made
you.
perfect sense.
And that's the real trick, because we can't even fathom what we would have to do or where we would have to go mentally in order to live underwater for that time, or like when he was
But-
elevated in the air for however
his
many.
mental
days.
strength is unbelievable. Not to mention his card tricks. His card tricks.
The
See,
way
that's
you did
impressive.
That, when
I
you were
love
going
that
card
shit.
tricks,
You didn't think
looked like
that was-
another trick.
Okay.
Looked like another thing was happening.
Ooh,
Little
turning a card trick. Here's the thing. Yeah, what was I gonna say?
His card tricks?
Okay, when you watch David Blaine do a trick like this, doesn't part of you go, I hope he shoots himself in the head?
No, I was
okay.
nervous.
Like,
when
but
I
part of
watched-
you is just like, oh my God, I'm not proud of that part of me.
I got nervous. Yeah, and he has a kid. Like it showed him telling his, like talking to his wife.
See, I
and
hate
it made
it's
me
like, dude,
sad.
just don't do that. Don't
Like,
you
he
love
loves
your
the
kid? Don't do
adrenaline
that.
rush.
I
That-
agree with you, Brett.
He loves
He loves the adrenaline rush. It doesn't show. I'm David Blaine again.
Right.
I'm
Final thought, we gotta go.
orgasm.
I agree with you, Brett, about like when magicians do the stuff for shock value money. I'm like, dude, I hope you do get your penis cut off. I mean, seriously, because like if I try to do this shit, I would for sure be ended. You know, so I don't know, but the more and more I see these magicians that do these like out of world feats, I'm thinking like, all right, more of the same.
What's that one magician's name? Chris
Angel.
I have to
Angel.
call him out. I watched a really good documentary of a magician that's been performing a certain like sword trick thing contraption, and a lot of people don't know about him, but he's been doing this trick for a long time. Chris Angel. In the documentary, he goes to Vegas. He goes to see Chris Angel perform. Chris Angel snagged, no joke, like verbatim his trick. And I think he's
Boo.
in the middle of trying to like sue Chris Angel. but,
5 words.
doesn't
Chris
that
Angel
suck?
is the devil.
Sucks. Okay, we gotta go. So please share your thoughts in the comment section below.